Hi, I'm Alyson the Crocheter.
And I'm Vivian the Knitter, and you're listening to Keep Calm and Carry Yarn.
Hello and welcome to episode 73 of Keep Calm and Carry Yarn. This is a knitting and crochet podcast hosted by me and my mom, Vivian. I'm recording from my home here in Edinburgh.
And I'm recording from my home here in Virginia.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. I have the giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our third try.
Yeah, normally we managed to record the intro like decently because we have it written down in front of us. Although sometimes I think there's other podcasts where they've like recorded their intro and they use the same one every time, so they don't have to, so they can just jump right in and be like, "Hi, welcome to episode 73," and then it just starts. But
we're not that organized.
No, but it would make our lives easier.
Well, we haven't. This is the first time in a long time that we've had trouble with just the intro.
Still, and I've yet to convince Madeline to record like intro music for us either. That would be nice.
Yeah.
So we do have a special thank you that came directly to you, actually.
We do. Crafty Cat Crafts 1. That's a mouthful. Says hello, and she wanted to make sure that we say hello right back at her. So hi.
Hi.
She actually DM'd me on Ravelry, and she said she's been catching up on our episodes, and now she's on episode 3. So it might take you a while to get to today's episode.
I think she said she'd listen to the latest one to see if we said hello. Otherwise, yeah, she'd have to like catch up all the way through. But
yeah.
Cool. So it is November now.
November 1st. Yes.
Yeah. So it's an appropriate time to do a Thanksgiving Buzzfeed Quiz.
Yay! Have we done one every year?
Possibly. I mean, that's always like a super easy theme to be like, oh, it's Halloween. We'll do a Halloween related one. It's Christmas. We'll do a Christmas related one. Anyway.
Well, they do come up with new ones every year, so there's
so they're a little bit different. But I think it'll be a quiet Thanksgiving for us this year here.
I think it's gonna be a quiet Thanksgiving for a lot of families. It'll just be 3 of us for Thanksgiving, but at least it's 3 of us and not just the 2 of us, so I'm happy about that.
So the quiz is, everyone has a classic Thanksgiving dish that matches their personality. Take this quiz to reveal yours.
And this is a really short one too, only 7 questions. What'd you get?
So I got mashed potatoes and gravy. It says,
yay!
You're a fun and loyal person, you have tons of friends, and you are extremely popular. You're honestly just the coolest around. Which I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think I'm a fun and loyal person, and that probably pretty much ends there.
Well, I didn't get the same thing this time. I got the turkey.
Oh.
The turkey. You're the main event. Everyone loves you and feels comforted by your presence. You're a force to be reckoned with. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah,
I feel that's also like an appropriate description for the turkey in terms of like as part of the Thanksgiving dinner. Because I remember the first time me and Sam had Thanksgiving here, and I was instructing him on what dishes needed to be made for Thanksgiving dinner. And I told him like mashed potatoes, and he was like, whoa, can we just do roast potatoes instead? And I was like, no, it has to be mashed potatoes. And he was just like, ugh, roast potatoes was so much better, which I can see where he's coming from, but I did insist on it being mashed potatoes.
Okay, that's good. Did you have stuffing too? Okay. No cranberries though.
Yeah, cranberry sauce.
You did have cranberries? Okay.
Yeah, just jarred cranberry sauce. Cool. So I'll pick the fall related questions. What was your favorite fall activity? I feel like was missing a lot of different things, but
yeah, there's only 4. No,
what?
There were 5.
Trick-or-treating, baking, carving pumpkins, jumping in piles of leaves, reading by the fire, or nothing, it's too cold.
That's what your dad would have picked. Nothing. I had a hard time picking this one because I love taking the kids out trick-or-treating, but I have no kids right now. Well, I don't have little ones to take out trick-or-treating, though we did enjoy the little ones coming to the house. So I picked baking.
Okay. I feel like the last quiz you picked all like the baking and cooking. I picked reading by the fire, which I do a lot more now in my life nowadays because whenever we go down to Dorset, they have a proper fireplace and it's
Fireplace.
often
Oh, I
yeah.
was
So
gonna
when we
say,
go,
you don't have a fireplace.
we don't, but my in-laws do. So I get to go down and just sit in the
Okay.
living room with my book and the fire.
Well, everybody did a socially distanced trick or treating where we set up tables and the kids, and I sat like in the garage, like,
Uh-huh.
and I could see them come in, just take one bag, and towards the end, take 5 bags.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't dressed up for Halloween in
Fun.
ages.
It's so cute.
But
There
if
were a lot of, there's a lot of Black Panthers, Mama
Oh.
Panthers, Daddy Panthers, and Baby Panthers. It was really cute. Okay, sorry.
Well, say speaking of costumes, what would your go-to Halloween costume be out of a clown, witch, vampire, unicorn, ghost, or that's not really my thing?
I picked the witch.
So did I.
Okay.
I feel like us being Harry Potter fans, that was kind of inevitable.
Yeah, and then we didn't really like anything. Like, we didn't do scary costumes.
No.
But no vampires.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Though Jillian was Phantom of the Opera one time. That's kind of
like a nerdy version of scary.
That's the scariest costume ever.
Yeah, those are the only really like actually fall related ones. But
okay,
just
I
want
to know, what's your favorite meal?
Oh, what's my favorite meal? I went for dinner.
I didn't see the last one, but I picked breakfast. Look at that stack of pancakes. That looks good.
I think I picked dinner just because I don't know. Sam's been cooking a lot, so we've been having lots of tasty dinners and stuff.
Oh, okay. Dinner's good. Well, we didn't get the same.
Yes, we broke the streak.
Yay! That's pretty funny.
Cool.
Okay, crafty content.
Yeah.
You want to start?
Yeah, I actually have whips to talk about today.
Woohoo! Yes.
They're both whips that I've talked about before. So the first one is my blurred line sweater, which is the pattern by Deanne Ramsey, who is Addie Day Designs. So I haven't made it pretty much any further than I was at before. I just started the green, so now I've like faded into the green, and I'm maybe like 3 rows into it, which is my third color because the pattern calls.
It looks very comfy and squishy though.
Yeah, it is like, because it's the it's Hey Mama Wolf is the yarn, and it's German organic 100% wool, natural dye. It is quite like rustic feeling. It's not like the scratchiest wool, but it would not pass Sam's test. He would absolutely refuse to wear it.
Is it an actual fingering? Because it looks really skinny, or is it just the
it might be a little bit thinner than fingering.
The light fingering.
Yeah, but I was saying last time that, or maybe 2 times ago, there's like some places where it gets quite thin, and it's not like a super consistent. What's the word I'm looking for? Twist.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is probably a little bit thinner than fingering weight. But I'm actually going to frog a bit of it. So.
Oh no! Why?
Just because the gray bit is quite big, and I measured this against this sweater that I'm wearing now, which is a good length for me, and I'm obviously quite short. And I only need to do about two more inches on this to get it to be the length that I want it to be, which means it would only have a very small amount of green at the bottom.
Oh, so want more.
Yeah, so I've sketched it out, like how much I was trying to figure out the math of like how big I wanted each section to be. So I'm going to rip it out until I just have 11 centimeters of the green of the gray from the underarm, and then start the color change. So I have a bit more green.
Oh. So I mean, you're fading it, so it'll be stripy before.
Yeah, the green and the gray don't have that much contrast.
Yeah, there's not that. Yeah.
So it's harder to see. But I'm a bit annoyed though, because I had kept the gray. It was still attached because I was doing the color changes, and then I was Skyping with somebody, and I was just like, oh, it's getting in the way, so I cut it. And then now today I've decided actually I need to frog it back, and I've cut the gray, and it's not a big deal. Like because I'll end up using less of the gray. And it'll be easy to frog. So yeah, but I put it on just this, and it fits nice, and it looks great, and it's a really good pattern, and like even just the fact that like you can see with the what is this? The collar, like it's like the back is raised, and the way she does the shaping.
So you had to do short rows in the back, and then
so you do short rows in the back, and you actually end up having to pretty much cut every row, like short row, because rather than doing it, because of the way the stitch pattern works, you do it in rounds and not back and forth. So if you were to do the short rows back and forth, it would look different than the rest of the rounds.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, that's why there's all those ends sticking out of your neck. Yeah,
there's a lot of ends. But
I see.
But she makes it really clear and like explains why you need to do it that way and that it's worth it. So that's that one, and that was very sheepy. And then the other one I mentioned at one point as well, and I've not really gotten that much further either. I had just swatched for the Strawberry Shortcake tank top by Natalia Mikhail. And that was the one that I was going to do for the BIPOC make-along. So, oh God, I've just completely tangled up all these. This was the original swatch, and then because I didn't want to cut the yarn, I made another swatch still attached to it with a slightly bigger hook. And it's interesting because I normally find that I have to go down hook sizes to get gauge. So I did that, and it was way too small. So I've gone to the actual hook size, and it's still too small. But I don't like I prefer the way it looks with the smaller hook, in terms of like the fabric.
Of the fabric.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and make a size large, but and I think I've calculated out like in my gauge versus her gauge, and like what measurement that should output and stuff, and I think I should still have enough yarn. So this could be a very dangerous game. But yeah, this is the pattern, and it's in black and white. So it's
that's very pretty.
It's tank top.
Well, I'm basically doing the same thing with mine, knitting a size larger than I want it to be because of my gauge. Yeah,
I feel like I'm making a size large, and normally I would be like a size small. Although I think the tank top has some, it's got some negative ease. So hopefully that should be okay. And then I checked the weight of the yarn, and because I'm using two different yarns that have slightly different weights, and one's slightly, probably lighter than her yarn, and one's slightly thicker. So I mean, I feel like they should average out to be about the same. But so I've made a start. I don't even know where this. I'm starting with a rib.
Look at all your stitch markers.
It's
like a cute little necklace.
I do think this must be the neck, because it's got kind of a wide neck,
like a boat neck.
Yeah, so I think that makes sense, because there's no way this can be the bottom hem, because that's not gonna fit me. So I'm only on row 2.
It'll be a tube top.
But yeah, playing around with the swatches again, I was reminded of how soft the yarn is, and the Knit Picks Stroll Tweed and Lost Lake Heather that I'm using, which is the kind of foresty green. Yeah. Especially when the sun was coming through, there's some like nice like bits of sort of more like a deep blue, teal sort of color that runs through it, which I'm struggling to see in the light now because it's not very bright out at the moment. But actually, I feel like there's a little fluff of blue that's there's a little fluff of blue that's just popped off. But yeah, and then I was really annoyed because I'd done the swatch, measured the swatch, and then I thought to myself, I've not written down what hook size I used. I was like, crap, I think I remember which one. And then I was annoyed at myself, and then I saw I'd written it on the ball band. So I did think about it. I just forgot. That's where I put it.
Excuse me.
So yeah, those are my two whips.
Those are 2 whips. I have 2 whips as well. Let's see. My French shawl, which I will not name.
You're going to spell it. Wait, last time you didn't even spell it right.
Alei with the 2 dots over the I. I haven't really gotten that far, but I'm so excited because I'm almost to the stripy bit. So this has 3 colors, and it's pretty much it's knitted on like the bias, and it's pretty much it's the same, stitch patterning through the whole thing, and it's just a parallelogram, and then you have some fading to do. So I'm almost there, not quite.
I think that definitely really I can see the each of the stripe, like the different
garter section and a stockinette section.
Yeah, that kind of textural play really appeals to me.
Yeah, it's the front part anyway is very mindless because you're knitting the whole thing, except when you're doing the increases and the decreases, and then every once in a while when you do the back, you'll forget what you're doing, and then you'll like do a purl row instead of a knit row instead of purl row, and you get that. So I'm not even gonna worry about that. That'll just be a design element of the shawl. So I'm super excited. I should be able to start the second color very, very soon, and I can't wait to see what that looks like. That's that. And
I feel like this is like, I don't know if it's just like the colors that you've been using lately, a lot of like the pinks and the purples, like because I see you wearing your sweater there, and then you've got and then what you're working on, and then behind you on the mannequin there's lots of pinks and purples as well.
Yeah. What's the point?
Just saying.
Okay, and this is my Arboreal by who's it by? By Stephanie Steingas.
No, I just guessed because I remember some of the names.
The other Stephanie, right? But it's pink. And I just finished the ribbing. So I'm on the first sleeve now.
Oh, that's really cute.
So this will go pretty quickly because sleeves go faster than.
What's the weight of the yarn?
It's a DK. So it's definitely thicker than the sweaters I knit for myself.
Yeah.
So it's going faster, and it's narrower than the sweaters I knit for myself. So it's going faster. I had a pipe dream that maybe I'll be finished with this sweater by the end of October, but that's not happening. So then I reassess. Like, okay, fine. I have to have the body must be done by the end of October, and so I did finish the ribbing in the middle of the week, and I've been working on the sleeve for just like a day and a half. So that's all the knitting I've been doing because I've been doing other things.
Other things?
Sewing. I've been pretty much chained to my sewing machine lately. And that is it. And I don't think Alyson has any FOs either.
No.
I know. I don't have any FOs, so
it's the whip show.
So that's our extra short episode. Bye-bye.
Please.
No. You still have your commissions that you can't talk about.
Yeah, which is giving me another. Like I thought I blocked it and then realized that the thing that I thought was going to be a problem is a problem. So I'm going to have to go back and fix that. But yeah, it's going along. I have like this is a favorite thing. Did I mention here that I was going through my closet and like getting rid of things? Yeah, no, I mentioned it because I talked about that Good On You app and stuff. But there's this Etsy seller called Not Perfect Linen. They're based in Lithuania, But their Etsy shop is like wildly popular, and I think it's like a family sort of business, and they just make linen garments. And because it's Etsy, you know, you can ask for them to make it to a certain size. So I ordered a pair of linen pants in like a green khaki color, and then measured a pair of my jeans, and so that's like a perfect length. And yeah, so I really recommend them. But
So
like
did you get it
now
yet?
I want, yeah, I've got it. I'm not wearing them at the moment. So it fits nice. Although I think I probably ordered a size too big. But that I think is my fault. But the length like that they did custom for me is good, because otherwise any pair of pants that I would order online would be too long.
Yeah.
But now I want to get like all the tops and like the dresses and just everything in the linen, because they send you, when you order, a pack of swatches of all
nice.
the colors
All the
and
different fabrics
patterns
they
they do.
have.
Oh, it's so satisfying to see the little bit of fabric.
So is it like a drawstring pant
Yeah.
or
Drawstring. There's no elastic in it.
oh, can you ask for elastic and a drawstring?
Don't know.
Hmm. Because you know, for women of a certain Asian shape, when you've got the belly and then it's tight around your belly, but under your belly it's smaller, so things fall off your belly. So it's easier if there's an elastic versus just a drawstring. So yeah, I have trouble with yoga pants, or you know, sometimes I'm wearing around the house is not a big deal, but if I were to like to go to the store or something, there's always like, oop, gotta make sure you know you pull it over your belly. Yeah. You don't have that problem. Okay.
No.
So the shipping in from Lithuania is not too bad then?
It was free shipping.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know what it's like to the States, but to the UK it was free shipping, which is nice. So that's my recommendation. Oh, and because most of the linen is like a lightweight linen, but there's a few that are more heavyweight, and so the pants that I ordered were the heavyweight ones.
Nice. Have you worn them yet?
Yes, I did. Inside and outside.
Them out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You'll have to take a picture.
Yeah.
Put it in the notes or something.
I feel like I inhaled a bit of linen swatch. Yeah.
Well, I'm always zipping away with my my fabric cutting, and sometimes you can like the fluff, you know, and then Sushi will roll around on my cutting mat and she gets it all over her, and it's like you leave like fabric crumbs all over.
Fabric crumbs.
I don't know what else to call it. It's not really scrap. It's just crumbs. Of fabric that just falls off of her and me and off my pants too. Make a trail everywhere I go.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, I don't really have that much to talk about because haven't been able to do much here, at least.
Yeah. Right now, yeah, that's not, other than my knitting group, I haven't been doing a whole lot either.
I actually, something slightly crochet related. My work is doing for Christmas. They've asked everyone for Christmas, as like the sort of Christmas gift, they're making a book of everyone's like art, writing, photos in the company. The idea being that anybody can submit something for the book that's like a reflection on 2020 because it's been such a difficult year. And since I work at like within the sort of arts, there's lots of creative people who work at my company. So, you know, some people might already be writers, so they might write something. But then if you're not an artist or a writer, then you might submit like an Instagram post that you had posted of one of your walks, you know, during your once a day state mandated exercise walks. But I thought, of course, I'll crochet something. But I'm not sure what to submit, because I did my rainbow, which is very relevant because everyone did the whole rainbows for NHS and their windows and stuff. But then I didn't know if I wanted to make something fresh, and because I work in the sort of statistics and research side of things, I was like, oh, maybe I'll try and like visualize some of the statistics in crochet. I mean, it'll be depressing because all the statistics to do with COVID are depressing. But it's the kind of thing that appeals to me, that sort of like taking the data, obviously, and just, yeah, visualizing it in a different way, whether it's like, you know, a stitch represents a person or a case or something, but having to find a way to visualize it in a way that I can finish the project in the next couple months. So.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see, you know, how we always count out all the projects that we've done over the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I feel like I probably, despite COVID, knitted less this year than I did the previous years. Because I feel like I had a hard time concentrating on a project and just follow through and finishing it. I mean, other than the ones that I had to finish for gifts. But I don't really feel like I did that much, like knitting for myself, or just, I don't know. It might just be my imagination, and I'm not really thinking about this whole year has been a blur. And I'm sure it's been a blur.
You might be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I'm not sure. I find I make less than you do anyway.
It's pretty close. Usually it's like you're only like two projects behind me, and that's only because I made a couple of small hats too. You know, so it's usually pretty close what we do. Yeah. Well, I didn't really prepare a shop talk, but I do have a bunch of new Christmas, holiday, winter bags.
On top of the ones you did last time.
On top of the ones I did last time, yeah. So they're in the shop. The shop is pearlandplum.etsy.com, and you can go look at that. But yeah, I've been busy just making, because I made multiples of some of them, so that's why I was so busy sewing. Yeah. And making masks too. Making masks for the family and for some for friends. Trying different mask options and and completely failing at some of the options, and then going back to the original.
Yeah, I haven't made more masks since our first batch. Don't really think we need them. Although, are you really do you actually like make sure to wash them after every single use and everything? Like, are you?
No, because I'm only wearing them for like, except for the ones I wear at knitting, because I wear them. We usually generally wear them because we're not outside anymore. Though inside we're supposed to wear masks. So that means we've been wearing it for over 2 hours. But the ones where I just wear to go to the store. Yeah.
Well, especially for like when I go to the store, that takes about 30 seconds to go to the store.
So I mean, I don't wear it in the car. We go to the store. We're in the store for maybe 20 minutes. Go back in the car, and I just throw it back in the car. And after a week or so, I'll just like take them all and wash them, and have to press them again. So I haven't been. I don't know. Should I be?
I don't know. I thought I was prepared for you to be like scolding me, to be like, oh, you should wash that more.
But I feel like, and the numbers are not that bad here. So not that it's an excuse. We still wear our masks. I'm just not very diligent about washing.
Diligent. That's the word I was looking for. Oh God, I find that happens a lot. Just can never think of the word.
It's COVID brain. I don't even have that excuse. I'm always like that.
Or I'm just getting old.
No, you're definitely not.
I mean, I am getting older. Everyone's always getting older. Yeah, every second of every day.
It's like everybody's getting older, everybody's dying.
Yep. Right. Well, will we say goodbye?
Yeah, we'll just keep it short and sweet. Just just like our heights, just like us, short. And
We're
sweet.
short and sweet. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Well, you can find the show notes for this episode and every episode on our website, which is kcacypodcast.wordpress.com. You can follow us on Instagram. Our handle is kcacypodcast as well. My personal Instagram is Alyson here, and my mom's is upstate_Viv. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment and whatever things that you can do on YouTube or wherever else you listen to the podcast. You can also support the podcast by buying us a coffee at Ko-fi, that's ko-fi.com/KCACY podcast. Thank you for listening.
And remember to keep calm and carry on. Bye.
Bye.